Hey, you've been spending a couple days with this OSMO action. You guys are aware that I have the OSMO Pocket as well. To answer the question, is the OSMO action and the OSMO Pocket shooting at the same consumer base? No. Emphatically, no, it is not. There's been a lot of confusion, I guess, about these two cameras and what they are intended to do, things of that nature. And I think, I'm not going to say it's simple, but they really nailed two products that can cover a lot of consumers. So the OSMO Action is designed as an action cam. Go figure, right? But it is also designed to not only compete with the GoPro, in some cases I would even say it's better. I know I'm about to get killed in the comment section. No, I'm not going to say it's better because, it's better in some cases. So there is a front-facing camera that GoPro probably should have done a few years ago, which, depending on the intended user, what it is, if you're trying to vlog, yes, the screen is probably very important to you. If you're an action guy and you're just going to have it capture things in front of you, or simply turn the camera around in front of you and look at the lens, then it's not important. But if you kind of want a 2-for-1, if you want an action cam to do the same thing as a GoPro, but then possibly frame up some cinematic shots, then this might be the item for you. I'm having fun with mine. I'm gonna tell you. Looking at most of the cameras that you could have, I think things are changing a little bit for the better, and I'm starting to get to the point now where I don't want to carry so much around, right? So normally if I have to pull out my camera, then I have to also select the lens. And again, I'm not gonna make it sound like this stuff takes a lot of time, but if you're somebody just starting out, or if you're somebody who trying to take a shot and you just don't, something's coming by. Let's say it's a train shot about to come by. Very well, by the time you pull out your camera, select your lens, put a gimbal to try to stabilize your shot if you're not shooting handheld, getting the focus if you're a manual focus type person, you might not catch what you really intended to catch. Now again, you might miss it. you might very well miss it, right? So if you miss the shot, you just miss it. Whereas if I pull out a action cam and say start recording, then hey, I'm shooting through, I'm already filming. So likewise, if I pull out my OSMO Pocket, and initialize it in 5 seconds, I'm up and running. So I would encourage people to not so much bang up on these smaller devices. If you already invested in camera equipment, then by all means, if you have the money, I would strongly advise you to buy it as a second item, as a backup, or depending on where you're at, just pull that out so you can be able to capture the moment, because at the end of the day, it's about storytelling, right? For me to rig up my camera to do what it's doing right now here in the car, it's not going to happen. So you're going to buy a GoPro anyway, or you're going to buy an OSMO Action anyway, if you're into that type of content. So really, it's for the applied user. Depends on how you're going to apply it, if the OSMO Action or Pocket is good for you. It's been a couple days, guys, since I've been getting ready to get back on it. I know most people don't care about that kind of stuff right now. I am going down to Atlanta, and just want to get some B-roll out, just talk a little bit, get comfortable with the camera, talking in the car as well. I'm gonna crack the window a little bit. I know we might hit some wind, but let's see if I can throw the air on. The AC on it's cold outside. Who does that? I do. Let's see if we can get some AC moving here. But I'm excited about just all the technology that's out. My next thing that's on my list is the Mavic Mini. So my ultimate goal is to have a OSMO Pocket, an OSMO Action, and a Mavic Mini, all in my beautiful sling bag. And you know, I have some other devices in there as well. I have some lenses for my iPhone. And again, just being able to have this small miniature technology is crazy. You know, I'll share something with you real quick. I'm a music producer, and what it took for me to produce music with all the equipment I had thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment. And I felt some kind of way when all the newer technology came out and it was small and miniaturized, and everybody was recording on Fruity Loops and on iPads, and you know, I felt some kind of way because I had thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment that I had invested into. And now you're telling me to get rid of all this stuff to play around on a computer, is the way I saw it. And it took me a second to adjust to that. Now I did, but this time I see the parallels to that again. I see the exact same thing. So for me, I'm like, okay, you know, good, you got a DSLR, I have lenses, you know, and all of a sudden now, here these miniature cameras come out with some of the better features. You know, to get cameras that shoot 4K 60 back at the time when these cameras were coming out, these cameras was expensive, right? Same thing as it was for music equipment being expensive. Or to have a Triton keyboard was $2,500 to $2,600. If you got to kit it out with modules, it was $3,200, $3,300. So it's kind of a mock point when people start talking about money and, you know, how much stuff used to cost and, you know, why they wouldn't spend any money on this. We were spending it. If you was a producer, you was spending it. You found some kind of way. Now, my wife may not knew I was buying everything, but she'd walk past and be like, hey, what's that? And I'm like, hey, what you talking about? That been there. You never seen that? Like, really? You never seen that? It's been here all the time. That was the conversation I was having when I kicked out $3 or $4 grand to buy PC equipment. And now, you know, to get the same sound, everything, you know, I'm actually debating buying another laptop right now because, you know, I do most of my editing and everything on an iPad, which is, oh, big ups to LumaFusion too, man. Oh, y'all killing the game. But I'm probably going to be pushing LumaFusion and DaVinci Resolve as my two drivers, and just figure out when I'm going to use each one of them. But yeah, just really looking at this, guys, and feeling comfortable with this stuff. You know, but the technology now is great. It's great. I have no complaints about it. I just think it's a blessing, you know, and I think everybody needs to pay attention and stop complaining. Stop complaining about not having, you know, and this fight between GoPro and DJI, you know, to me, it's comical because everybody's taking shots. It's like everybody's shooting, everybody ducking, right? So, you know, the Karma came out to try to bury DJI, and that didn't go. That was their shot, you know? And then, you know, DJI sit back in the cut, and all of a sudden now they come out with an action cam that is, I mean, if you already have a GoPro, keep a GoPro. If you're new to this, I would say evaluate both. And I think both are great cameras. I think the Hero 7 is probably still one of the best action cams out. To me, that front-facing screen is something that if I don't bring my pocket, you know, and need to connect my phone to it to get my dramatic shots, I can still get something done with this camera, you know, and I can still do some talking vlogs and the whole nine and get this stuff done, you know. So I'm not going to talk too long, guys. I know I've already been talking for a few minutes, about 11 minutes or so. I just need to get comfortable with this camera and have these conversations. But as I get ready to release this first video for YouTube, I am encouraged, you know, by what I'm going to do, and I appreciate you guys just rolling with me through all the transitions. It's not easy. You know, a friend of mine was, she started her 30-day challenge because you know, and I encourage you to do the same. If you're interested in YouTube or just public speaking or anything like that, get in front of your iPhone or a camera for 30 days and speak for about 5 minutes. Again, just be intentional about making sure it's happening every day, and get more comfortable speaking to your audience, right? And if nothing else, it'll make you a better person, right? But they were saying that, you know, they had a fear of changing and losing their self, and that's wild, you know, because how do you lose yourself? To me, you're stretching yourself. So as you change, you're, you know, expanding yourself to be more of what you didn't even know you were capable of being. So, you know, I encourage everybody to get at it, and you know, marketing is huge. You have to be able to market yourself. You have to brand yourself, and that's really what my channel is going to be about. It's going to be, you know, how to market and brand yourself through, you know, video and other technology, and you know, that's going to be my thing, because I think ultimately, if I can leave any kind of footprint on the earth, it's helping people better themselves. So again, I'll recommend some cool products that you guys can buy. I'll leave some links below where I can search for the best pricing for it. But you know, I'll only recommend something I've touched and tested. I won't just put anything out there just for the sake of trying to, you know, sucker you into anything. If I do any kind of branding deals in the future, they will be non-biased. You know, I'll let companies know that, hey, if you're going to put it out there, then you need to be willing to take that ass whipping the same way, right? You know, but hopefully everybody that feels like they fall in line with what we're trying to accomplish on this, because we're going to deal with products that are in line with us marketing and branding ourselves. So you should be able to take some of the tips from this channel and be able to go out and interview better, and understand how you look in front of an audience, and understand how you sound, and how to improve places where you may be lacking, and how to keep things that you may be fantastic at. So I'm always about encouraging people through doing, you know. And you're talking to somebody who comes from a background of, you know, entertainment and real estate and, you know, sales and marketing. So I have a vast amount of information. I'm definitely willing to share it with everybody. All I say is use it. Use it to benefit yourself and better yourself, all right? I'm about to turn this camera around so we can look at Stone Mountain, and we'll take it from there. But talk to you later.